Hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's Ryan here at DP Marketing.Services. Thanks for tuning in. So coming at you today with a video because it's a really common thing. It's something you're probably struggling with. If you're an HVAC or plumbing contractor, you probably do some of the stuff, but you don't understand the importance of it. So we want to point out something. So if you're doing AdWords, or if you're thinking about increasing your AdWords, or changing your strategy, or changing your company who's doing the management, or whatever, if you're going to do anything with AdWords, so this is going to be pay per click, right? So we assume you know about AdWords. We'll link to other videos in the below if you don't know what we're talking about with that. You cannot do a good AdWords campaign, and you should not start a new AdWords campaign unless you do this one thing first. This will save you a lot of money. It'll save you a lot of trouble. It'll save you a lot of headaches. It'll help the phone ring better. So do this one thing first before you do anything new or different with AdWords. You ready? Check out your website. The first thing you should do before you even touch your AdWords is to check out your website. Now, you might go, okay, great, let's cross that off. I've already got a website. I know it works fine, whatever. Here's why this is important, because this almost always gets overlooked. And then when we get pulled in to try to help and solve the problem, they've already spent a lot of money on a problem that isn't doing anything for them. So let's paint a picture. So let's imagine you decide you want to go eat lunch. You take maybe your significant other, your spouse, whatever, and you go to a lunch spot you heard a lot about. You walk in the door, and you notice that the floors are dirty. You notice that the tables aren't set. You notice that there's no like host or hostess that stand to greet you. You hear people in the kitchen, they're yelling at each other. They're like just messing around. Your first thought, if you're like me, is are they open? Like, are they ready for me to be in here? Like, that doesn't seem like they're really ready. And chances are, unless you have a reason to think that they're open and they're doing business, you're probably going to just turn around and leave. You think maybe you got there too soon or whatever. Okay, similar scenario, but let's just change some of the details. So let's pretend you go to this restaurant, same thing, significant other, spouse, whatever. You walk in, and you find that the host or hostess there to greet you. Say, hey, thanks for joining us today. Just the two of you? Great. They take you to a table. The table's set properly. The floors are clean. You can tell that the kitchen isn't yelling now. Now they're kind of like they're doing their business. You hear the grills going. You hear the pots and cans cleaning. You hear everyone kind of communicating in the back. You sense the hustle and the bustle. Now all of a sudden you know, okay, you're supposed to be there. Everything's ready. Everything's right. There's nothing that's concerning. In a lot of ways, that's what using paid traffic like AdWords does to your website if your website's not ready. So, for example, we know that more than half of all the web traffic looking for a plumbing or HVAC contractor is going to be coming from a smartphone, like an iPhone or something similar. So it will be a small device, not a laptop, not a desktop, not an iPad. It will be a cell phone, a smartphone, that will be more than half of the web traffic that AdWords is reaching. So they click on the ad, they go to your site. If your site is not ready for mobile traffic, if it doesn't format well, if the phone numbers on your site for your business, if they can't click on it and call you instantly, if they can't quickly find the information they need within 3 seconds on a screen this size, they're gone. They just walked into the restaurant, they don't think you're ready for them, they don't know if you're open, and they leave. And they're going to go to your competitor. On the other hand, though, if your site's ready, if the phone numbers are click to call, if the code is optimized to work well on a small screen, if it's responsive in its layout so it always looks great, if all those things are well and well thought through and they're done correctly, what you're going to find is not only did you just drive the traffic to the store and they're like, oh cool, it's all here for you, but they're more likely to turn into a phone call. If you don't get that right, if you don't get your site right, what you're doing is you're paying money for clicks. You're dumping them to a site that's not ready to convert the traffic. And then you have literally wasted that money because that person does not turn into a lead for you. They don't turn into a customer. They turn into a wasted click budget. So that's like the very basic. The other thing to keep in mind is that you want to make sure that the customer is the center of that process. So if you're taking them to a page that says how long you've been in business and the 14 generations that have been in your business doing it before you, your customer doesn't care. All they want to know is They've got a problem. Can you solve the problem? Can you solve it now? So if you can make those things immediate for them, so there's a lot of technical things like with the actual code of the website to help make that happen. But there's a lot of things that are just obvious about making sure that you're empathizing with your customer, you know who they are, you're making the information for them easy to find. And the rule is they should be able to find it on your website in under 3 seconds or under 3 clicks. That's it. So when you're driving the AdWords to your site, you want to make sure it's ready to convert that site traffic to a site lead. That's when you're going to make the most money. If you don't do that, if your site is not ready, you will literally be wasting your ad budget. Doesn't matter how well your ads are optimized, you're going to be wasting that. The other aspect of this that doesn't get talked about a lot, but is hugely important, it actually directly impacts the price that you pay per click, and that's called your quality score. So the quality score is this metric that Google has for AdWords to determine how good the user experience is. Like, what are the customers who see this? How well do they engage? What's the click-through rate? What's their interaction like within your site? Do they fill out a form? Do they watch a video? Do they stay there and then leave quickly? But it takes all this kind of information and figures out, are you taking care of the customer's problem? If your site isn't thought through well, if the customer leaves your site before turning into a lead, you are going to be lowering your quality score. When you do that, the price that you have to pay per click on the ad budget just went up. If you don't understand how the AdWords auction works, we'll link to another video here in the description, so check it out because there is an auction that determines that. If you think through how the customer experience is done and you focus on the quality score first, what happens is not only do you get better job at converting that site lead to a site, or site traffic to a site lead, but you're actually also creating a cheaper cost per click because the quality score is the single most important variable when it determines how much you pay. So as an example, we just spoke with yesterday, we have a company we service in Detroit. The average, and they're a plumbing shop, the average cost per click in Detroit for the word plumber, right, just plumber, is somewhere in the ballpark of $30. $30 per click is what the competitors in that market are paying for that term. In one afternoon of optimizing the site and optimizing the AdWords campaign together, we're able to reduce that to under $3 a click for that same term. And it's because we focus on the quality score, lowers the price. So now all of a sudden, not only do you get better traffic, you're saying, hey, the customers coming through are more likely to become a lead. Now all of a sudden what you're doing is you're saying you have more budget that you can spend on more of those leads. Because instead of $30 taking up one click, now all of a sudden $30 is 10 people, right? So you got 10 people producing at a higher rate, you're going to perform much better. So just again, if you're thinking about starting AdWords, changing your AdWords, doing something different with your AdWords campaign, do not do anything until you understand deeply the site and the landing page of your business. It will save you money, it will help you make more customers, and at the end of the day, it will make you more profit. So I hope this video is helpful for you. I would love to know what you think. Leave a comment below. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're an HVAC or plumbing contractor, we always try to keep new videos coming out. So if this is interesting and helpful, subscribe to us. You can like us on Facebook. And check us out at DP Marketing.Services. We'd love to hear from you and see how we can help you grow your business. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll talk soon.